Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Danielle. For those of you who don't know me, hi, welcome. I'm so glad you stopped by today. Today I'm going to be talking about the Beauty Glazed Impressed You eyeshadow palette. Here is what it looks like if you have not seen it yet. So we're going to go ahead and talk about this. I've been using this palette for the last few weeks. I actually purchased it on Amazon and I got it for $11.98. I know that you can get it on Shop Hush, but on Shop Hush it is $25. So I went ahead and purchased it on Amazon to save myself some money. So we're going to go ahead and kind of talk about what I like about these shadows, what I don't like about these shadows, things like that. So they are very powdery eyeshadows. Just to let you know, if that is not something that you do not like, they are powdery. They have a little bit of fallout when you use them, things like that. It doesn't really bug me. They blend pretty well. They are buildable. You do have to build these shadows up. So just forewarning you, if you're a person who wants really pigmented eyeshadows right off the bat, that is not this palette. You do have to build them up. I am going to also include swatches in a few minutes here. So when you use it, you have to build it up. You kind of have to really work it with some of these. Some of them are more pigmented than others, as you will see in the swatches. But as far as the swatches go, I just want to let you guys know that they don't really show you how these shadows perform on your eyes. So to make that happen, I'm actually going to take a makeup wipe here and I'm going to wipe off the shadow on one of my eyes, and we are going to play around with this palette and kind of show you how it does work. Okay. So now that I have that shadow off there, I'm going to quickly grab a little bit of concealer and kind of prep the area for some shadow here, because I want to kind of make sure that I give you guys the full effect of how this palette really does work. I'm going to use this palette here just to use the mirror, because the Beauty Glazed palette does not have a mirror, and that actually bugs me, especially if you're considering buying it from Shop Hush, where it is a little more, you'd kind of think that they'd include a mirror, but they do not, and it's kind of frustrating in my opinion. I think most palettes should have mirrors. And I'm going to start off by taking this brush here, and I'm going to dip into this shade here to kind of set my eyeshadow. Okay, so now that that is done, I am going to go in with this brush here, and I'm going to start with this shade here to work into my crease. So I want to show you guys, because when I go around, I don't know if you can see that, but they are very powdery eyeshadows. And I know not everyone likes their eyeshadows powdery. They don't bug me because I think they perform pretty well on the eyes. Next, I'm kind of going for like an orangey red look on this side. I'm going to dip into this one here. Very kind of orangey shade. And I'm just going to work that in just under where I put the last one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go in with a different eyeshadow brush, and I'm going to start working in these kind of red tones over here. I'm going to start with this shade right here. Very pretty red. Again, very powdery. And I'm going to work this in and start building a spot for a deeper shade. Okay, so next I'm going to go in kind of with this deeper kind of brick red color here. going to work that onto the end. And kind of work it in. And I'm going to take that brush that I used earlier and kind of blend everything together. Okay, so now I'm going to take a different brush here, and I am going to actually take one of these kind of pinky shades. I'm going to go with this one here. It is kind of more of a like metallic kind of pinky orange shade. I guess peachy shade would be a better descriptor, and I'm going to work this on to here. Okay, so there you have it. There is an eye look using this palette, using actually some of my favorite shades from this palette. And now I'm going to go ahead and roll those swatch clips. I just want you to keep in mind that many of the shades I used on here, the way they swatch on my arm is not as well as they perform on the eye. So I'm going to roll those for you. Here you go. Okay, so I'm going to begin swatching the rows, and I am inserting a picture showing you which row I'm swatching. This first row really does not swatch as well as it performs on your eyes, as you saw in my little tutorial I did before here on the one eye, that I used some of these shades and they showed up a lot better. It's interesting because some of these shades swatch really well but are very difficult to use on the eyes, and that is something that I've kind of learned from playing with them, and I'll point those shades out. Mostly the metallic shades work really well in this palette. Now we're moving on to the second row, and the lighter shades really don't show up on my skin tone. A lot of them match very closely to my skin tone, but that soft metallic pink is the one that I used in that tutorial, or that peachy pink color above the pinker color. The metallics really do work really well. I really do enjoy the metallics. That red shade, as you can see, it's difficult to swatch, but it is one, both of those red shades I did use on my eyes and they performed very well. That red metallic shade is beautiful. Now we're on to the third row, and that kind of very pretty iridescent kind of gold color is so pretty. That first one there. There's a lot of pinky metallics that I really do enjoy in this palette. Mostly this third row performs so well on your eyes. A lot of them work really well. The one that I struggle with is this last one. It just does, it's hard on the eyes. Now we are on to row 4, and I really do like these green teal colors. They are so pretty, especially that second one. You build it up and it is gorgeous. Now we're on to some of the brown shades, and these actually perform really well on the eyes. They might not swatch as well, but they perform very well. And I love that last metallic-y gold brown shade. It's so pretty. And then the copper one is beautiful also. Now we're on to where I have some problematic shades. These first 3 are pretty decent. They swatch very well. It's these last 4 shadows that are kind of difficult on the eyes. This cobalt blue color here, it looks so pretty, but it is so hard to build up and keep on your eyes, as well as this purple color. I wish they were more like pow in your face. This one is like a black with like gold glitter that you never see, and then this black shade, it is not the greatest black that I've ever used. Just letting you guys know. So overall, I do really enjoy this palette. I think it is worth the $12 that you would purchase it on Amazon. I do not, however, think that it is worth the $25 that Shop Hush has it for. I think that is asking a little bit much for this palette here. I mean, it is a good dupe for the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. If you are not wanting to purchase that one, this one is pretty good. It is one that I like to do more of my colorful looks with. It has quite a few nice pops of color plus a lot of neutral eyeshadows, and I do really enjoy that because then I can just grab one palette and get whatever kind of look that I want. Well, I hope that this helped you guys kind of learn about this palette and kind of see how it works on the eyes, and I do really enjoy this palette. I would give it, I think, a 3.5 out of 5 stars, more because I wish it had a mirror. And I also think that some of the shades are a little bit too powdery. A lot of them don't bug me. There's just a couple that do. And like that purple shade that is in this palette, I will say is not as pigmented as I wish it was, because purples are my favorite. I really like these green shades. This cobalt blue shade is okay. Most of the shades work really well. There's just a few that are kind of iffy in my opinion. Well, let me know what you guys think down below, and I hope that you enjoyed this. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Thank you, and bye!